Gus decided to leave the band of the Hawk to chase his own dreams, it wasn't just a blow to Griffith's pride. It was the first crack in his carefully constructed persona. In the wake of Gus's departure, Griffith started spiraling. That very night, he seduces Princess Charlotte in a desperate act to reclaim his sense of control. However, this ultimately sealed his downfall. He's arrested the next morning for treason and was thrown into the underground prison in the Tower of Rebirth. Griffith's punishment was far from ordinary imprisonment. The king, enraged by Griffith's defilement of Charlotte, personally whipped him and ordered his prolonged torture. And the torture made sure that Griffith's suffering was unimaginably brutal. Over the next year, Griffith endured countless horrors. His tendons were slashed, his body burned with hot irons, and his skin peeled to expose raw flesh. His nails were ripped out and left to grow back, only to be torn off again. His tongue was also cut out and turned into a sick trophy. By the time Guts and the Hawk rescued him, Griffith was a shadow of his former self. He was emaciated and crippled, and he could no longer speak, fight, or even stand on his own. His body was broken beyond repair, and his once glorious dream of ruling a kingdom now seemed out of reach. After being rescued, Griffith found himself haunted by the vision of his younger, ambitious self. In a desperate, pathetic act, he tried to take his own life by ramming his throat into a sharp root, but failed even at that. As he sat by the water feeling defeated, his crimson battle had resurfaced from the lake bed. When his blood dripped onto it, it triggered a solar eclipse and sent Griffith, Guts, and the band of the Hawk into another dimension. There he was greeted by the God Hand, who gave him an ultimate offer. To regain his dream, Griffith would need to sacrifice what remained of his humanity. Faced with this choice, Griffith reflected on his deepest desires and regrets. He realized that Guts was the only person who would ever made him forget his ambition, but Griffith's dream was more important to him than anything else, and that included the band of the Hawk. With a chilling sense of resolve, he uttered the words, "I sacrifice," dooming his comrades to be branded as sacrifices. What follows is one of the most brutal moments in the series, as the band of the Hawk is slaughtered by an unrelenting horde of apostles. Guts and Casca, the only survivors, could only watch as Griffith was reborn as Femto, an official member of the God Hand. This wasn't just a physical transformation, it was the official death of everything human about Griffith. In the end, Griffith's death wasn't a single moment, it was a slow and agonizing unraveling of his identity, leading to his rebirth as a monster. And while his physical body ascended, his soul in many ways met its end, making his quote death one of the most haunting in Berserk.